issues nasty Trump threat. Senator Chuck Schumer is taking a page from Chicago's Mayor Rahm Emanuel's playbook. "You never let a serious crisis go to waste," said the mayor in what is now known as Rahm's Rule. While the entire country is attempting to recover from the bloody protests in Charlottesville, Virginia, Senator Schumer is trying to capitalize on the latest crisis. In an article he penned for Medium.com, the New York senator argues that President Trump's Advisory Commission on Election Integrity is a continuation of the racism and violence that took place in Charlottesville and must be stopped. The argument is incredibly convenient. Essentially, Chuck Schumer can attack President Trump over entirely partisan lines while making nominal gestures to Charlottesville in order to retain his full sense of moral superiority. The President's Election Integrity Commission and the actions of the Attorney General are wolves in sheep's clothing. They are a ruse. Their only intention is to disenfranchise voters, Schumer asserts, without any evidence. Essentially, the very act of investigating election fraud makes President Trump a racist. When the president began his Election Integrity Commission, it raised a lot of eyebrows, Schumer continues, but now, given what's happened in the last several weeks, we've entered a new world, and it's even more important that the commission be disbanded. In other words, Schumer says he would have opposed the Election Integrity Commission even if there were no protests in Charlottesville. He claims the commission is an act of intimidation against voters. Really? The despicable violence from Virginia has offered a cudgel that the Democrats can use to beat over President Trump's head, even though President Trump has offered nothing but condemnation of the Virginia violence. Any educated reader would be quick to point out that a Ku Klux Klan rally in Virginia has absolutely nothing to do with reviewing the rate of voter fraud. However, this minor inconvenience would never stop Schumer from pushing his partisan agenda. In his Medium article, Schumer claims that President Trump failed to unite the nation after the violence in Charlottesville. He argues that ending the Election Commission is the only option for uniting the nation. However, he never explains how this would work. Senator Schumer says President Trump's Advisory Commission on Election Integrity is a continuation of the racism and violence in Charlottesville. Is it racist to ensure the integrity of voting records? The Medium article is also factually inaccurate. Despite Schumer's assertion, President Trump immediately spoke out against white supremacy. "We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence," President Trump said, hours after 33-year-old Heather Heyer died in the Virginia protests, according to Fox News. Unfortunately for Schumer, his recent argument and others like it have lost all merit. President Trump's election committee would have been labeled racist regardless of what happened in Charlottesville. Accusing President Trump of racism is the only argument the Democrats have left, and it is quickly losing steam. So true. Instead, Schumer only revealed himself to be a cold and callous man. The New York senator is willing to stand on the recent dug grave of Heather Heyer to push his partisan objectives. Schumer, not President Trump, should be ashamed of himself. So absolutely true. These people, they know they would never get into office if there was no voter fraud. I repeat, they will never be voted into office. The Democrats are done. End of story. Let us know